Alright, so the three best records in the NBA all lost game one, so let's do a little panic, no panic. Starting with the Celtics, I'm going to go no panic. Boston was rolling early, up 16 at the half, everything was falling, defense looked great. The Celtics were able to get both Brunson and Cat in foul trouble in the first half. Late into the third quarter, the Knicks were down 20 before beginning a huge comeback. Brunson was amazing, OG Anunoby was amazing, Bridges was clutch, and as the Knicks played team ball, the Celtics did what the Celtics do, shoot a lot of threes. They are the definition of live and die by the three ball. Boston being 15 of 60 from the three-point line. Yes, 60. The most three-point attempts in NBA playoff history, with the most misses in NBA playoff history at 45. Before the season began, I said that the Knicks got a lot better, more balanced on their roster. However, I did think that they would struggle against teams like Boston because they were less physical and guard-focused on the perimeter defensively. And that proved to be true as they were 0-4 against Boston all year long, with 3 of those being double-digit losses. However, if you look in the first round for both the Knicks and the Celtics, New York proved to be very gritty against Detroit, something they struggled late in the playoffs last year with. And looking at Boston versus Orlando, the Magic being the best defensive perimeter team in the league. Heading into the playoffs, 54% of the Celtics shots were from the three-point line. Against Orlando, that number went down to 40. That just proves how strong they are defending the three. But the Celtics were able to learn the lesson, attack the basket, and get past Orlando in 5. They did not apply this against New York yesterday. Tatum was 0 for 7 in the fourth, 5 of those being threes, all isolation. And while the Knicks were clutch and hit a lot of corner threes and played great defense, I think this was more about Boston folding than New York rising. But all the credit in the world to New York. I'm just not worried about Boston's ability to adjust or their ability to hit threes for the rest of the series. Looking at OKC and Denver, if you're the Thunder, big panic. I said many times that the playoffs is all about veteran teams. Young teams do a good job of surprising, but not finishing. OKC and Denver split the season series, and this game 1 was another fold job, similar to Boston's, but I think worse. While the deficit wasn't as bad, the way the game unfolded was. Chet Holmgren missing a late free throw, which allowed Denver to come down court without using a timeout, which I love, and setting up Aaron Gordon for a clutch 3 to win the game. Jokic adding in 42 and 22, no surprise there, with SGA going for 33, 10, and 8. I wouldn't say that this one game highlights why OKC should be worried, because they had a lot of balanced scoring, something they struggled with at times during the season. They were heavily SGA dependent, but across the board in game 1, everyone contributed. I just think any loss at home for a young team looking to prove themselves is a sign for concern against a team that's already been there, done that, and won a title recently. Golden State, Minnesota hasn't begun yet, so we're going to look at the Cavs and the Pacers. Cavs losing game 1, and here I will say big panic as well. This is mainly because I already perceived Indiana coming in as a threat. They defend the perimeter very well, and they did so in game 1. Indiana was able to get ahead early on the road. Halliburton played well, but not dominant. But Nembhard hit 2 late threes that were very clutch and proved to be the daggers. Donovan Mitchell did his part with 33 points, but the biggest problem going forward for Cleveland's going to be their health. Evan Mobley, their all-star big, had an ankle sprain. Not sure how that's going to affect him going forward. Darius Garland did not play due to a toe sprain from the first series against Miami. His status is up in the air. DeAndre Hunter also out with a dislocated thumb. Not sure what's going on with that. Even if all 3 of these guys do play, I'm not sure they'll be at 100%. This team needs Garland and Mobley to win the series. They won't get by Indiana without them. The Pacers, more than any other team in the playoffs, don't need one player to shine to win. Indiana taking game 1 on the road is huge, so big panic if you're the Cavs.